something in there. So in chapter 8, where it says annual leave, it says, as of December 31st of each year, no employee will be permitted to have an accumulated amount of accrued leave in excess of 240 hours. So that's where it caps. Everything caps at 240 for our employees, okay? Yeah.
So
It
that's
is
why,
capped.
that's why I want to put here in accordance with the city policy.
But
Added to
since
the-
we had it in a policy, it's really part of,
That's part of policy.
yeah, they have
All
to
all
abide by
employees
this too.
fall under that policy regardless of their contract.
Okay.
This is a part of their contract or a part of whatever. So they all fall into it. Okay, does that help? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is somebody ready to make a motion?
We're on E, right?
We are on E, ma'am.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2020-17.
I have a motion by Vera, seconded by Tootie. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you. All right, and let's just keep going. Staff report. We'll start with Chief tonight. Chief, do you have anything you'd like to report?
No, I don't have a lot. I just wanted to point out that the food bank line today, I don't know how many people they serve, but that was the longest I've ever seen. And yeah, I'm really encouraging people to, if you can help other people this time of year, to reach out and help, check on your neighbors and make sure they're okay. There's a lot of people in the community that are hurting right now. A lot of people are losing their jobs. And it's very concerning to me to see a line like that, see that many people who are needing help. And if you can shop at these local businesses, it's fun to go to Sunnyside and those other places, but support these local businesses because these people are really, they're counting on it. So it just really hit me in the gut today when I saw that line. I can't believe, I just can't believe how many people are hurting right now. So that's all I had. It's been kind of on my mind all day.
Sylvia, do you have anything? No. Jameson? Gordon?
I really don't have a lot unless you guys want to hear what we're doing.
Yes,
I mean, well, this time of year, we did the sprinkler blowouts and the winterization of the outside pumps. My glasses fog up. Yeah, oh, now I can see it. One thing you may not know about, Apollo bought us 6 trees, I don't know how many years ago. And Gannon's moving out, so he says, "You're gonna come get your trees?" And said, "Yeah, we'll come get them." Well, we find out they're 25 feet tall and 6 inches round now. And so we moved those, and it was quite a task. There's 3 in Governor's Park, and we put 3 in City Park. Hopefully they'll survive through the winter, but they're big trees. We started cleaning up the east side of Governor's, smooth it all out, getting the weeds up, getting it cleaned up. Well, we just finished meter reads today. We sucked out a few storm drains, get the leaves and stuff out of them. We have cleaned some leaves up in the cemetery and the parks, but now with the weather, you can't tell we did anything. We've been working real hard on the snow removal equipment. We got the grader running and it's ready for this year. Which, one year we didn't have it, really caused a problem. The ambulance that the de-icer tank was in, we have now moved that de-icer tank into one of our trucks because the ambulance is pretty tough shape. I got a lot of mechanical issues. So when you see Joe with a tank in the back, that means he's de-icing, just for information. We're getting new strobe lights for the truck so people can see us when we're in the streets working. We've had some hypo issues here lately, so there's been a smell in the water, it comes and goes.
Yes, Gordon, what would you say? Hypo? What is that?
Oh,
Speak normal, people.
Yeah.
it's hypochlorite, 12.5%. It's like a bleach. And my friend over there, he can help me out on that.
So why is it smelling still?
Well, if we don't put that in there, the hydrogen sulfide takes over. And so we're still having a gassing problem, but we've made it to where we can release the gas off. So I was just telling Diana that our levels of hypos back up, but you'll still get an odor until we wash that through. But we're not done flushing hydrants.
You mean the water that's already in the tanks before that goes through?
Yeah, well, the tanks are good and chlorinated. It's out in the lines
Oh,
where we're getting the smell.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking that we got it because our hypo level is really high at the tanks. And we need to start checking around town, but I'm sure we're getting it everywhere.
Isn't there a way to keep that hypo stuff going so it doesn't get that way?
Well, yeah, we've had to make some changes. This gas issue's been going on for quite a while. And, but now we try to stay ahead of it and release the gas before it accumulates too much. And, like I said, our levels have been staying up there pretty high. I don't know why in some areas in the city, we're still getting a smell. I mean, we're at 1.4 parts per million at the booster station, but yet they're saying their water smells. And
Does that just could take some time to flush out those areas if they're kind of an area of the system that they have to use all the water up in their pipes before it propagates, or?
I mean, we've been flushing hydrants all over town like crazy. Then I find out tonight that
Yeah,
someone's
I've
water
been like that for
smells.
2 weeks. I can't stand it anymore. It's
yeah.
terrible.
Was it that way today?
What about Vera? Vera, because you're next door.
I smelled the chlorine day before yesterday, pretty strong, but not, I did have what she's talking about, but not now.
Yeah.
Not since-
They're right next door, yeah.
When I wash my clothes, I smell it.
Because that's usually what we'll ask people, what about your neighbor? And
And
neighbor, they
sometimes
don't-
it can be in your own water heater that there's a part of your water heater that you can, I don't know if you can clean it or
I haven't
change
had
it.
it that long.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I just got a new one. I haven't had it that long.
Well, the smelly water will get in there. If you don't use it that much, it'll
Yeah,
sit in
it'll
there.
stay in there until
That's
you
what
use it
happened
all.
to this one back here. Nobody ever uses hot water and somebody turned it on the other day and stunk the room up. And I thought, well, that was from the last time. I mean, it's a battle, but we're working on it. We're getting it in there. We're using hypo. We're gonna go over it in your neighborhood and flush tomorrow. I mean, we don't know where to flush unless
You
people
flushed
tell
that
us.
side of town?
Huh?
That side of town? The south side of town? Have you guys flushed out there?
Oh, yeah, we flushed that a lot around the city park, south of the city park. We flushed that a lot because we were getting complaints there. Rose Street.
Well, I know the gal at the apartments told me that her water smelled. The ones here at the apartments across, she said her water smelled. And she said, mine hadn't then, but mine just started, this is 2 weeks already. But hers had started smelling before mine did.
Well, we're on a run. I mean, it's been above 1 for over a week, so. And we made some changes, like I said, we're exercising the pumps when they're not running to make sure that, it's going through there and we're getting the gas out of the line, so it's going into the water. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean,
Okay.
we've been using about 5 gallons a day.
Okay.
And that's
So over a milligram per liter, that's a pretty strong dose.
Yeah,
That should be enough to knock out some of the hydrogen sulfide issues. So
Yeah, because I could really.
that's high, for at the source, that's a pretty high, on the high end of the dose.
right.
Assuming that some of that's gonna get consumed by the hydrogen sulfide in the water, and so you may give it a few more days and see if it's just taking time now that they've got it running more smoothly now. It evens out, or if there's, some pockets of it, the water in the system that, think of the way the network of a water system works, putting water in and people are all taking it out, but there can be, could be a pocket of water that you're still pulling at it, but.
Yeah, and we were gonna
They're
start,
staying on it to try to be proactive.
and we we're gonna start backing down the dosage,
Yeah,
because like you said,
you're trying to catch it up.
a
Trying to catch
1.5 is getting up there, yeah.
Yeah, but you're trying to catch it up. So it's, you're still within like where you're allowed to be, but it's nice if you can back it down.
I should put that on the end of my list. What else I know? Oh, we're finishing up sidewalk project at City Park. Had a few loose ends. We still have a sprinkler system. We tore our sprinkler system up pretty good when they put the sidewalks in. We couldn't blow the sprinklers out till they fixed the sprinklers. And so we're finishing that up. Aren't they, they're coming to pour some more cement, right?
They're not gonna be able to come until the spring to do that. But we've also talked to, they also are aware that they didn't fix the sprinkler system. And if
Yeah.
there's breaks in the system because we couldn't blow that
Because it
system out,
freezes, I was gonna say
then
that.
it's gonna, they're gonna be held liable for it.
Yeah.
So that's already something that, that's been talked to
Oh, okay.
with
I was
them,
gonna
so.
say that, I'm going out, they're gonna freeze and freeze.
Yeah. And if they blew out all the lines they could,
Mhm.
but then there was, what is it, 2 or 3 different lines, Gordon, that's been broken. So,
Yeah, they ran the track hole over like the box, where the valves are. And they pushed the box down, smashed the pipes and broke them. They repaired one, but it didn't hold. Then we found another one, another spot. And so they're gonna have to fix those. Yeah, because that's,
all that'll be done in the spring, as well as, there's some portions of the sidewalk where the dogs, remember I told you guys that the dogs sort of ran across the sidewalk and when it was wet and left really bad prints. They tried to fix it a little bit, but to me, it wasn't fixed good enough. And so what they're gonna have to do is tear them portions of sidewalk completely out and re-pour them. And so that's all gonna happen in the spring or sometime next year when they are gonna redo that, correct?
Yes, yes.
And there was something else as well, one of the, something corner bats or something.
With the sprinklers, I'll talk to Michael. They may try to get out and fix the sprinklers before spring. I'm not sure about that, but with the sidewalk, yeah, that will be in the spring. And the reason we're okay with waiting to the spring, they could get it done now. But for a couple of reasons, it's actually advantageous to the city to wait until spring. And number one is that Pacific Power has dragged their feet on moving utilities, so they didn't move their poles out of the way. And then Charter needed to move, and then they need to take the poles out. And Pacific Power's moved, but there's still poles in the way. So by waiting until spring, when they come back to fix the dog prints, we can say, oh, while you're at it, for the rest of the pads, and we don't have to pay really anything beyond the normal contract price for that. The other advantage is that because we leave the project open until spring, your 2-year warranty won't start until the spring now instead of now. So you get all of this winter as like a free winter where if there are any issues, still an open project, they have to fix it. And our warranty doesn't start till the spring. So they were fine with it, waiting till spring. And it actually, while it's sad to leave an open project, it actually serves the city's interests to leave it open over the winter. It gets the city basically an extra winter of warranty. So that's the logic for why we're willing to wait.
Are we keeping track of those sprinklers that are broken so we can check them first thing in the spring before they're done with the projects?
what's that now?
We're keeping track of the sprinklers that were busted so we can check it first thing in the spring, see if they,
Well, they
the frozen
replaced,
ones, I mean, see if they got frozen even more and busted.
right, they replaced the sprinkler heads. It's just now we're concentrating on the boxes.
Oh, okay.
There's only 2 of them, so we know where the problem's at, and we have blown them out. It's just, we don't feel confident, we had a good job with holes in the pipe.
Right, yeah.
But Sophie, Jamin just said that they're not gonna wait till spring, right, for the
I'm
spring.
not sure. I'm
in
gonna talk
May,
to Michael.
yeah.
We weren't aware, we thought that they'd addressed it, and then talking to the mayor last week, we heard they hadn't. And so Michael Woodkey, who's running that project, was gonna talk to them about it. So if they, I don't know when they're gonna do that work, but they still need to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know that they'll wait till the spring. I mean, depends on how much risk they wanna take. They wanna risk it breaking over the winter, they may wanna get out here and deal with it sooner. That is still something for them to address.
That it, Gordon?
Other than biosolids, we just sent samples in of our biosolids to get tested. And once we get the testing and the clear from DOE, then we'll get that shipped out. We're looking at about probably 30 ton this year, a little less than last year. But that's 30 ton of dry matter.
That's a lot.
Quite a bit. If you think about all the wastewater that goes to the plant, that's a lot of just total solids that are leaving. And that's one byproduct that you have to pay to have hauled off so they can turn around and sell it. I can't figure that one out.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
expensive too. It's expensive to haul it out.
They sell that? For what?
Oh, yeah.
They resell it for like fertilizers and stuff like that. Okay, so Jameson, do you have anything?
I
that
don't
you
have
would like
anything,
to-
but I thought Jamin might want to say about the grant that he got, because he was really excited about it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Well, you guys talked about it earlier. I got held up by a car accident on Sunnyside. But you guys talked about it earlier, but just to, just the insurance always have it bad. He's like, oh, this broke. Oh, it's going to cost more money. So we were just really excited about the Main Street match. So that then essentially leverages the city's whole Main Street project, then that the city doesn't have to come up with that match. We had another shot next year to apply if we did. We got it this year, so we're good. And so big picture, Washington Street will get done next year, and then Main Street in 2022. And so, congratulations to the city on that.
Yay, I'm so
It was
excited.
a competitive award, we competed against a bunch of other cities and came out successful, so.
That was a lot of money. Main Street, what is Main Street altogether?
2.6 million in that range, and this was like, so the city's match is like, I think a 13.5% match, but that's still 350,000. And so Jameson asked, and I followed up on your question about, the city's been paying that match and all the design up to this date. And so Jameson's question was, well, okay, now we have this grant, can we get back reimbursed for that 13.5% we've been paying on everything up to this point? And the answer is maybe. It used to be, yes, under normal circumstances, yes, but because it's so far stretched out because of the rules of the Main Street funding, TIB may not want to go back to 2014 and reimburse, but we'll try. We'll try to get it reimbursed. We may only get like the last year, which truly there's been a lot of design effort over the last year, so that will help. We only get the last year paid, but certainly everything moving forward is completely, the city doesn't have to pay any grant. I mean, any match, it's all grant funded. And we may be able to go back. The current TIB engineer for the city is serving the National Guard right now, so she's gone. When she comes back, Mike Meskimen is going to talk to her and see what he can talk her into in terms of back reimbursing the city, to try to get, if we can, as far back as we can,
Yeah.
the city's match covered.
Yeah.
So
That'll be a big help in getting that street fund turned right side up.
we'll do what we can.
Eventually.
And I had told him that there is a preliminary design for Main Street.
It's in the works.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I told him that maybe we could get that to them. The
Yes.
preliminary, just show them
Yes.
what, sort of.
And I think that's really, now that we know city has the money, we have the date, now we can really start scheduling when that's gonna happen. It will be a good step to get the conceptual designs and some of that to council and city staff, so we can, the parts of it that you're all gonna see, you make sure it's fitting with what your vision of what it will look like, so.
All right.
Yeah, very cool.
Thank you very much, and
Yep.
thank you for all the work you do for us. All the money
Thank
you're
you.
helping us get. Okay. Is that it? Good.
Mayor, what about your council members?
Yeah, you guys have anything you guys want to talk about?
Yeah. I heard Gordon say he was getting ready for winter. Did, correct me if I'm wrong, but last year, didn't you say that they were gonna put a plow on front of that truck? And I told you to take it to Lower Valley Machine Shop, and you said that you were getting it over there. Did we ever get it put on or not?
No, we actually have the plow. right? No, we didn't buy a
No,
plow.
no, we bought a new blade for
We
the
bought
tractors when we cleaned the
Blade for the
sidewalks.
tractor.
That's what you said that
We
you.
didn't buy a plow.
We didn't buy a plow because we don't have a truck. They won't install it.
Dump truck.
They won't, well, yeah, it was going to dump truck, but we were thinking like the 1 ton, but they wouldn't install a plow on a 1 ton unless it was 4-wheel drive. Well, we don't have that, but we could put it on the dump truck. That's not a problem. We just never followed through with that. Because now you go in the dump truck, it's a bigger blade, and it's, believe it or not, it's about double the price. You know what I mean? Because it's, now we're in the hydraulic instead of electric. And I don't remember what it was. I think for the 1 ton, it was like right around $3,000. And when you go to that truck, then it goes up to like 5,000 or 6,000. So we just.
I was just wondering if they were gonna put on or not.
And honestly, we've done a lot of work to the, what's that big?
Grader.
The grader's working fantastic.
Yeah, we had to put new brake cylinders. We've put some money into that this year.
Yeah.
And so it runs like a champ.
Wait
Doesn't
until
have
winter
any
starts
leaks.
and it won't run at all.
Huh?
Wait until winter starts, there's snowing and it
Don't
won't
be
run at all.
jinxing things.
No, no, we got the block heater plug. Oh, you'll hear us coming to you.
Yeah.
Big old grader.
So how many plows do we have? Didn't we have them before when you were here, Judy? Plows?
Just on the tractor.
Just on the tractor.
Right.
Oh, we still have that one.
Yeah, but remember it was broken, so we bought a new one last year. Well, this spring.
Oh,
That one was
that one
broken.
wasn't fixable, repairable? Oh, okay. But that's what Judy was talking about.
And we was gonna buy one to put on the front of the truck,
Mhm.
remember? But you did take it over there and they wouldn't do it, huh? 'Cause
Well, he took
they
the,
always did.
The truck.
took the 1 ton dump truck over there, and they said, no way, it's 2-wheel drive. And so and we talked about it. We even talked about the ambulance, because it was 4-wheel drive 1 ton, and I thought, no. And the 2-ton dump truck has had a plow on it before, so it has some hardware under it already. But I mean, in this area, it's hard to find a plow salesman. I mean, you can get them back east, but then they want to ship them to you. I mean, that's really expensive. So we're just kind of up in the air on it.
So we only have one plow for the city.
We have we have the blade on the tractor and then we have the big, huge,
Well, we have the grader and the
The
back, the
grader.
Oh,
backhoe.
okay.
yeah, and then we have the backhoe too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So we have 3 pieces.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
the
so
lights, they ever get to them?
I don't think so. Did they ever, they never,
They don't work.
it's a,
They
that's.
never work.
Yeah. Can you explain to them about the lights?
Yeah, but
If you know, been out there.
Yeah, they have.
And
They've been
they,
over there. PPNL went.
City, and Gordon's gonna answer the question. Go ahead.
What was the question?
About the light pole for the-
on B Street.
Oh, yeah, it was the electrician. He replaced all the components in there, but he said get a hold of the light department because there's something wrong with their side. So they came and said, there's nothing wrong with our side. So we're afraid to flip the breaker open and burn out all those components. But I was by the other day, it was unlocked and the arm was up. You haven't seen it on?
Nope.
So somebody came by and unlocked it and flipped it up, but the fuses may not be in the panel. Might be our only saving grace, but I'll drive by there and check it out a little more in depth. I mean, if they're both saying, pointing the finger at one another, maybe we'll put the fuses in it and just turn it on.
Yeah, I've seen PPNL over there looking in the box and then they looked up on the pole, we were up
Yeah.
there. Then another crew came in and they were, they changed the lights on it too and stuff.
Oh, that was the, yeah, that was the electrician.
Yeah,
They changed the lights, the transformer, and there was something else. Coil or something.
yeah. But they still didn't work anyway.
Well, I don't think they ever turned it on. I don't think they ever put the fuses in.
Uh,
Because he was afraid that if they turn it on, it's gonna blow it out again until
Get both of them together and stand there and see what the hell goes.
Get them all together.
Get them there together and see which what blows,
yeah.
and that way they can blame each other then.
Yeah.
Well, they won't say nothing then.
No, I mean, I'm just saying because they're expensive damn lights to put up and never work. What I'm getting at, and they haven't worked for, I think maybe a week or two since they put them in.
Really? Even though we called the electrician out there and they, sounds like they had fixed things, so. They
We're
fixed
putting
it.
Christmas lights up next week. So I'll get over there and check it out, Judy.
Okay.
Yeah. Let us know if you need any.
So if they came in to fix it, then why didn't they test it before they left?
Well, our electricians, when they came and did all those replacements, they did say that they tested it and that the PPNL was gonna short it all out or something.
Well, yeah, electrician checked his and the circuit, you know, they put light voltage through it and it made it circuit. But they were waiting for PPL to come through and check their side. But they came and checked their side and they said, there's nothing wrong with our side. We checked it.
That's how, why doesn't it turn on?
Yeah.
Now, I have the other one, he said the thing was left open. Who has the keys to that thing?
I don't know. Because,
So
well,
is it still open now?
unless the electrician, when he got done, he left it unlocked and
For the people
never
now?
communicated to us, you know, I mean, it's just kind of got mixed up in translation. I'll go over there and check it out and see where the fuses are and I'll lock it either open or lock it closed, depending on. Yeah.
Put the fuses in,
Take a
flip
big
the
old
switch
pole
and take
in,
off
pole in.
running. I'm on a different transformer.
Okay, well, I really don't have much to say.
I
So-
want to,
Okay, go ahead.
please. I had a bad experience and I blame myself for part of it. Part of it because we didn't pay attention here. I didn't pay attention here at the council meeting. My son's plot has been redone. Everything's gone. The only thing I don't appreciate is the way it was done and how I was told after the fact. And the shock of it that day really hurt me because his 17th anniversary was the next day. Those flowers have been there for probably 15, 16 years. I should have paid attention when we passed the 2014 and we talked about it our last meeting. I should have paid attention and I should have asked if we could be grandfathered in. Because to me, 17 years is a long time. The thing I want to tell the city is, I know the front property is not ours, the back property is mine, so if there's something in it, you need to leave it alone because it measures from the front all the way back to the casket ends. The front and the sides are yours.
Mr. Vera, what happened?
Because in our ordinance, in the 2014 ordinance, nothing can be put in the ground permanently. I had permission from 2 mayors, but I did not have written permission. I never dreamt in my wildest dream I needed it in writing.
I thought we could put it in the ground as long as it's in your little.
It was, it all was, and we
In your little
Yeah, that's what
and
we
we
had
talked
said.
about it just
You
the
know,
last meeting.
we trimmed it out, we had a beauty bark, we cut them back 2 or 3 times a year so they wouldn't overtake the city's area. I understand the problem of the maintenance out there. It would get hectic. I really do understand that. And I probably would have taken it a little bit better if I'd have been prepared for it. But I wasn't, and still not. I hardly can go out there right now. And I can show you pictures before and after. We kept his plot as pretty as we could keep it, and I know he's not there, I know that. But that was his final resting place, and I really have resentment for the way it was done. I think we should have notified the people prior to it, at least. Notified everybody that had something out there, because from what I understand, they had a whole dumpster full of stuff they took from different people. And maybe I'm the only one that complained, I don't know. But I want you guys all to know that I didn't appreciate the way the city did it. Nothing I can do about it now, but
I really thought those flowers should have stayed there, or whoever had something there had had it for 10 or 15.
Well, that was our
Should have
fault
been
too, 'cause
left
we should
alone.
have, we should have asked, I should have asked, I never even thought about it. If we could grandfather, you know, as long as it's maintained, but so I'm to blame too, I should have asked that day.
But it wasn't on the 4 inches around it?
Yeah.
Well, we
Every
talked about
time.
it saying that's good to stay. You guys
I don't
remember?
know how
You guys
to-
remember?
Like I say, it's too late, I just wanted to.
Well, but we need to talk about that for the future now. Didn't we say
Yeah,
that?
I wouldn't let
It should be
anybody-
on the
I thought
record.
it was gonna be for the future, that anybody couldn't do that anymore.
No,
It's
no.
already, if the rose bush has been there for 15 years.
No, it's still okay even for the future. The 4 inches around it was
No,
supposed to
that's
be
not
okay.
what, that's not what that thing says, Sophie. They get a certain amount of their plots, and I don't remember. Do you remember the plot size that they get?
Well, then we talked about it and we said it was okay.
Most people are 48 by 29, and that's exactly what hers is.
'Cause we talked about people putting the borders and the rocks and we said that was okay as long as it's in that little section.
And I think part of the problem is that the code needs to be updated. So I think we provided the code to you guys at the last meeting. I highly suggest that you all go through that line by line and update it because the current code right now does not allow for any 4 inches of anything. There's nothing in there allowing anything like that.
It says that. It says what you're saying, Jameson.
And so if there was something, and I am not taking, I did not know what was happening prior to it happening. But I do know after the fact, I did look at the code very closely because of the issue that came up. And I did not find anything in the code that would have allowed for them to stay or to remain. And I talked to Vera about that, and it's a very sad situation. But
How about those plots that have, side by side and they have a big old thing around both of them? Did those get demolished too?
Just the fences or the
Yeah,
bushes?
the fences.
Just the fence.
Why wouldn't the fences
And
be
the- and
taken
the-
down
and
if
the-
they're on?
The
Sorry.
If you read-
fences and the rocks.
if
and
you
stuff.
read the code, all those things should not be there.
No, because it's put in the ground as a permanent fence. I know, you know. I
So
mean,
the Public Works began their project of starting to clean up the cemetery, and obviously they haven't been able to get through all of it. It would take a really long, but it's gonna take a long time to get through all of that.
So why did you start a mine?
We actually
Never
took
mind, you don't need to answer that one.
every rose bush is supposed to be out of there by now,
Now, those crosses that are made in wood, are those gonna be taken out too?
Eventually, I think it's.
eventually. We're
Really?
gonna make a box when we take their personal stuff out of there. we'll tag
And
it with
if you
their
guys
name.
don't
But if
want
you
that,
do
I mean,
do
you can
that
redo
for-
the code and.
No, if you guys are gonna do that, could you please get a hold of the person that you take it away from? Because I don't know if you guys understand the feeling it feels. But I'll tell you, if
Yeah.
I went out there and you remove something like that, I'd be as upset as I am right now. So you need to notify the people prior to it. If they wanna go take it off, let them. Let them keep it, let them take it
Yeah.
home, let them put it in their own.
And I'll take most of the responsibility.
No, I'm not asking anybody to do that, Gordon.
I mean,
I'm over it, that.
I made a judgment call and it was not the best.
That's okay, you know, it's fine. I
Right
apologize
now,
for
all
running
I'm
in
doing
here
is
and.
contact those guys and tell them not to take all that stuff off until they can contact the people. Or we can go through the thingy
Well, I mean,
next month.
Like the silk and the dead flowers.
Those have to go. I mean.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
different.
we can
Those can go.
continue to do that. We've kind of stopped doing anything beyond that until we have a couple of council meetings, because I know this is gonna come up. And to talk about, and like you said, change the rules, and when we get a solid piece of paper that I can take to my guys and say,
Right.
this is what we're gonna do.
Why wasn't that put on the agenda for today? Since we don't meet but once a
It's
month.
over dead, Sophie. It's,
Well, we
it's
still
in it's in our ordinance.
Well, we could change that, Vera.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
that's
I'm
what I
bringing
mean.
it up now. We can, yeah. That
Yeah.
would-
And I really think you guys should, I think you should go through that. There's some things in there that just is.
Not more.
You know what, we
than two
did a
bouquets of
long time
flowers
ago. I don't think it was
on
just ever
the
changed.
family.
Because even when the previous mayor was here, remember we went through that.
It happened, the last change was 2014.
I could look at the
I don't
minutes,
think
so
the
if you
words
guys
were
remember
added
what
in there.
year.
Yeah.
2014? Yeah, that's what.
No, no, from last meeting we had.
Oh,
We talked about it too, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what we talked about.
Yeah, no.
And the ordinance is in your last council packet, so you guys
Okay, and I think I still have it.
go
here,
through that ordinance, and if you guys think that there's something you want to change, come in and talk to us so we can get the ball rolling before the council meeting. Okay?
That's what I
see
mean, why
something in
didn't it
there.
wasn't put on here so we could talk about it today? But okay.
Oh,
They probably thought I was gonna do what I
No, I don't see anything wrong with all the plastic flowers and all that, you know,
No, if you
they
guys want,
tossed. I don't
Okay,
see anything
well-
wrong with that.
I'll add it to the agenda so that.
everybody good?
For next month, yes, please.
Thank you.
Everybody good? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end this meeting at 8:14.